Hello Internet, it is me Silvery the Dark Elf again. I still have to tell you of the future danger. Please be patient. I am doing some research before I can reveal the terrible secret. I had read on a website named WikiLeaks that there was terrible type of news. It was called fake news. I could not believe it. Who would make news that was not true? While searching through government black documents, I read this terrible tale. I knew immediately I had to tell you and warn you. But my computer book told me the file I was reading was corrupted. It did not load correctly. I could only see half of the words. But what I read was immediately clear. I wanted to write it down on my computer book. Suddenly my computer book told me a message that I had to update it. I looked on the message for how much rands it would cost. But it was free. In the future you have to pay for everything. I was super lucky. I pushed the button and this 10-window program talked many times to me. I kept pressing the button, the computer book went dark, and then when it went back on, there was a message telling me it was undoing changes made. It just kept making a twirling circle. The free thingy is working so hard. I wonder what changes I made by mistake. I cannot use that computer book now. I am at the book warehouse. If something does not look right, please forgive me. Here is the terrible story I had heard. It is called The Cat and the Goose. Please listen carefully. A cat was making fun of the goose one day for being so emotional. "Are you ever not angry?" he asked with a mocking laugh. "What did you say?" screamed the goose. He was furious. "Are you ever not angry?" asked the cat, laughing mockingly at the incensed goose again. "Yes," replied the furious goose. "When I am active I'm not angry. Let's run a race and I'll prove it." The cat was much amused at the idea of running a race with the awkward goose. But for the fun of the thing he agreed. So the owl, who had begged and pleaded with the cat to not race Goose, finally gave up. He would act as a judge. He marked the distance and started the runners off. The cat was soon far out of sight. And to make the goose feel very deeply how ridiculous it was for him to try a race with a cat, he lay down beside the road to take a nap until the goose could awkwardly stumble by. The goose meanwhile kept going slowly but steadily, stepping awkwardly forwards. After a time he finished the race, but the cat was nowhere to be seen. It started getting late and search parties were sent out. They found the cat. He had been murdered. His belongings were strewn about. Nothing was stolen, but he seems to have been assaulted with a sharp object. He had been pierced 100 times. The police arrived and soon established it fit the modus operandi of an unknown serial killer that had been terrorizing the neighborhood. After many investigations and more murders, they found the killer. It was the goose. He told the investigators his rage had come from when someone threw him with bread when he was young. This explanation was debunked. There were no bakeries in the area where he grew up. He was found clinically insane and released. He quickly disappeared, nowhere to be found. Soon murders increased once more. Was it the goose? We might never know. Interfriends, what we can learn from this tale is that to anger someone is never a good idea. You don't know what trauma that person is going through. But most importantly, sleeping next to the road is dangerous. Do not ever do that. Or you might also become a statistic. Please respect nature and yourselves. Goodbye, my interfriends of the interwebs. Thank you, Mr. David. It is my pleasure, Silvery. Goodbye. Forgive me, Mr. David, could you please ask them to subscribe to my channel? For you anything. Hello Internet, please subscribe to my channel. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. David, thank you again. My pleasure, Silvery, goodbye.